Yeah, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is part 2 of my version of the Star Trek bridge chairs. And well, to build a chair like this obviously takes quite a bit of research, time and energy spent on making sure that the design you've got is correct, you've got the measurements and everything else. And I spent months looking for the measurements, and just wasn't really getting very far with it. I did find one website that was an auction site selling off this very chair, and there were a few tape measurements on there, but they were very unclear. I think didn't really give a. I mean, I could read the tape measure clearly, but it didn't give a very clear picture on the actual size of things. It was just overall measurements to give you a general idea what the chair would be like. And of course this one here is one of the original chairs from the TV show. So I needed some more information. Now this actual collage, if you want to call it that, is found on this website here, the Star Trek Prop Costume and Auction Authority. This is made by a guy called Gerald Gurian, who has been collecting Screen News Star Trek memorabilia and so on for many years. And I did some searching on the internet. Of course, I did find this page, which has got these photos on which I found elsewhere as well. And it was all very helpful. There you go, there's that image there. It was all very helpful, but it wasn't enough, especially when you consider that I'm dealing with chairs that are not exact replicas of the originals. My blue chairs, which I bought from Shopee or Lazada, I can't remember, they're not exact copies of the originals, they're just in that style. And as the project continued, I realised that the bucket is actually a different shape, even though it looks almost the same. So I had to do some creative reinterpretation of the measurements once I did find them to get the chair working. But of course I had to get the measurements. So I reached out to Gerald and to see if I could get any more information. See if he knows anything, and it just so happens that he actually has one of the chairs built by the same guy who built for fan shows like Star Trek Continues and so on. So he was very, very kind and went through his chairs, taking very detailed measurements of the entire chair, right through the triangles, the widths and spacings, and the height from the top down to the bottom. It just gave me so many measurements, which is so kind, so helpful. And right throughout the build, I maintained contact with him to let him know my progress and everything else. It was a wonderful experience. And Gerald, if you're watching this video, thank you again so much. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the build now. For this next part of the project, I wasn't shooting video for this, okay? I still haven't really got the hang of shooting video while I'm making stuff. So please bear with me with the next bit, which is just photo slideshow with the usual captions, but it's still very, very informative. When I get to the seat cushion, I get more into making the video, and I hope that worked out. Anyway, so here's part 2. I hope it's of use to you.